Greetings, technology enthusiasts. I am Chandrahas and I am delighted to be here with you representing CyberBrainer. Do you not believe that the technology sector is advancing at an unprecedented rate, making this an opportune moment to acquire the skills that will facilitate your progress? With CyberBrainer, we are empowering you to take control of your own future. At CyberBrainer, we do not merely impart your interests. We assert that information is power, yet it is the application of knowledge that distinguishes you. Our courses are meant to equip you with essential skills, whether you are pursuing data science, understanding artificial intelligence, or delving into cybersecurity. Let us commence the session and seize the future today. Thank you.
Today we are going to start with compensation plan. Compensation plan, we are going to create it. How to create a compensation plan, and before we are going to creating a compensation plan, what are all benefits it will come under a compensation plan? We are going to understand. Under the compensation plan, we are going to understand what are all benefits is getting. Benefit number 1 is we are going to getting over the time. Over the time means what quickly? What is the purpose of organizations is going to conduct the OT services to the employees? That is what my question. Because to reach the targets, coming to this. OT program is completely depends on the organization department. Whenever they have the workload or work burden or work deadlines is very close to the organization, they're going to start giving an OTs to the employees to work on it accordingly. Under this organization, whenever having a requirement, then only organization is going to provide an OT system to the employers. Usually our regular login hours is 8 plus 1 hour. 8 hours is in production. 1 hour is your break, in that you need to take a 15 minutes tea break, 15 minutes, restroom breaks, and 30 minutes of your what we call your lunch break. And extra 1 hour, how much is organization is going to pay? That's completely again depends on the organization. For your organizations can pay the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. It depends on the organization individually. Am I clear? And coming to the best performance. What is mean by best performance? Kali. Best performance. The employees are outperforms in the month. We can read this bit. Whatever the work we are going to hand over into the employee output, compared to all the employees in the floor, whatever the best skill he was going to be putting across to the organization, he's going to be rewarded certain amount. Either this best performance is going to provide by the monthly or sometimes is going to provide for the day. Weekly, monthly, quarterly and yearly depends on the organization. How much rewarded amount they would like to pay to the employee. And coming to the next one is 100%. It is nothing but who is having a regularity in the organization. Regularity in the organization, they are going to get the 100%. That means a reward or certificate or something exigent from the organization. The figures which are given 1 or 5,000, 10,000 for the best performance. 5,000 for the 100%. This is all my example figures. This is not, like each and every organization going to follow the same MRP figures over. It's again depends on the organization. Let's create a compensation plan of today. To create a compensation plan, we need to go to the software. Just a second. Let me log into the software. Go to the search bar, enter compensation plan. We will get and create a compensation plan security segment. Have a tap onto this task. All of you got access. I hope everyone is doing practice. Post sessions has been completing. Abhi Avin Srinivas. Yes sir, yes sir. Yes, we are doing. Thank you. Coming to this, we need to enter the compensation plan. It tell me which compensation you would like me to create. It's starting over the time. Best performance of 100%. Best performance of performance. Best performance. Let's do the best performance related category. We need to enter best performance compensation. Have a tap on to the funded plan type details. Tap to the all. In this you have bonus merit stock. Bonus is something like, we are going to give the compensation related to the 100%. Attendance related to the night allowance, food allowance, travel allowance, petrol allowance. Other related compensation activities. But in this we need to select hasn't made it. I hope people are aware about e-commerce businesses like Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra. This is all organization employees. This should get the stocks from the organization. That's one of the bonus. The stock value will be depends on the marketing requirement. According to what they're going to provide it to the management team. Based on your compensation, you need to set up your funded plan type on here. Now I'm going to select it as a merit. Post that, have a tap onto the funded plan on here in this. Have a tap on to the merit plans. Before he was going to tap on to the merit plans. Have a tap on to the create merit percentage plan. We need to give the effective date. Whatever the date we are going to giving, we need to give the same date whenever he was going to creating this activity. You need to give the same date. Have a tap onto that. We got the details to fill the data related to the best performance related compensation. On here, you need to mention the best performance. Tell me one thing, is this best performance compensation? Are you creating to the entire organization or are you creating to the individual department who suggested me to do this? It's for individual departments. Isn't it for individual performance like for person? Because even in the department also, few of the people will get the best performance. Individual persons also. we are going to assign it. Individual person. We cannot give you the separate compensation to the each and every person in the organization. And department-wise, maybe they will define certain criteria as to what an individual has to meet or what are the targets for that particular department. Will it be that way, Suresh? Correct. What you said, it's correct. And as of now, see, we have in the priming session, we have at multiple people, each and everyone. Take it as an example. All these people who has been available in the operation development team. Everyone having a certain different salary, CTCs and packages based on their criteria. We should give the compensation either 8 to 10% days or 10 to 15% days below. Apart from that, we cannot pay the compensation high above this percentage. Those criteria payroll department is going to take care. We are there to create a compensation and conditions to assign the either organization and department from them. They're going to significant whatever the segmentation, whatever the significant significations they wanted to assign to them because they can do it. Got it. Thank you coming to the here. I'm going to mention the team is ops. And coming to the plan description, I'm going to enter here. Plan description best performance. Tell me there is. Tell me a few conditions for the best performance. Each starts with this is my name. Exceeding expectations. One by one. Exceeding expectation. Exceeding expectations. Particular designation for a particular level of employee. You have certain goals or you have certain targets that have to be achieved is discussed generally. But if you are performing beyond those, the target is completed. Your point. Next number. Your target exceeding the target and meeting the expectation in terms of the outcomes. Set a target. Define the same meaning. Managing time to complete the workload. We can call. Complete within the task completion, yes. Within that next. Next to me. Customer. It doesn't get any customer satisfaction. He or she is working with a client. The appreciation from the client. The feedback from the client also matters in IT sector. Not some baseless point. For the conditions. The non-repetition of the mistakes. Non-repetition of the mistakes means what exactly not repetition of the? I mean the learn from their work experience and without making any mistakes and going ahead with the new projects. No, the targets that not will come under the condition. Just wanted to know in general, buildings also be given by the particular team or we are supposed to do all this. This all will come under the individual department only. Why I'm asking you in the sense I should understand. In what level you should prepare and if doesn't have any choice if they asking you to give certain inputs in your organization. What you need to do? You should have such an idea. Yes. I was little confused here because generally whatever data or whatever compensation or staffing, job plans, whatever we're doing, we will get that data from the particular team and we're supposed to input it in the tool. Always best performance will be stand. Target versus luck. Understand. And yes, what does it complete the target between that set and target X budget rules? Take it as an example a group of X budget points. They can add organization is going to add any point. Is that point is not relevant at all. Some points whenever we see in the condition book. Is this point is really relevant to the employees? They feel that also few people will, included the login related details. Those all stuff they're going to and included. It depends on the criteria which we cannot able to know prefer. This point is mandatory and this point is like we need to put. This point we cannot put. Whatever the points and conditions they are doing to you, that your job to put it across to you, plan descriptions. No more questions and do not ask any question back to the projects and operations team or any individual, whatever the data you received it. Check back is the data you want me to put all the conditions on same or not. And after that do a copy paste. Do not make any argument with the individual department, whatever they have the requirement. You just do that requirement for the compensation especially clear. You know why? Because it will go into be connected to the more impact is going to do for the payroll. We don't have any impacted in this. You just do whatever they have the requirement related to the planned conditions. Post completing these points, you can go ahead and have a set of your currencies. Enough and post completing coming to the eligible rules. You need to sell it up partial list. Have a select of your. You can select your operations team on here. Job family management operation groups. Sales team sales clients. I don't have the proper option to sell it on here. Its services of option operations are habit. But in the live data, you should get the operation, your team name, your operation team development name. You can sell it that name directly in the eligible rows and have a tap on to the process eligible after the waiting period. Have a tap on to the all in this, have a sell it off. In this, we need to sell it 30 days from the plan assessment. Have a tap on including active employees in a waiting period. Coming to the access building by user segment setup and security segment compensation plan, access will be. We need to sell it. Coming to this place mark, tap on to the 100% target need to be achieved from the team members. Mention your compensation in best performance BP, best performance management eligibility. Have a selected of BP management eligibility. Clear for selecting all these activities before I'm tapping on to. Is anyone having any doubt? Question. Sorry, Suresh, I did not understand the sequence. Something like that. I had a question here. Please go ahead. When this mean, this best performance will be for the financial year or for the project to project. That's a definitely your project is sustained in and 1 year validity. We are going to give either in the monthly or every 2 months, or every 3 months or 6 months. That will be included in this plan of action. We need to give the brief about it. My question is, most probably most of the employees use it to finish their target, but who goes beyond the target might be, in my point of view, might receive this best performance. Do we have such rules here? Because you have given the target is 100% and who are exceeding the target. Do we have an option like that? See, 100% what your question is, but your question is completely related to the operation prospect. It's not like, work the consultancy prospect, whether they're achieving or they're not achieving. Why should? You was worrying about it. See, because I'm also an employee in that way, I'm asking. Just come out of the, your competition with your previous employment. Obviously, has a new work. They cancelled it. They're achieving and they're not. There's all completely taken care by the operation. Related description points. The condition points. It says it will going to teach them whether they're going to achieve it or not. Have a tap on to the. We got it best performance operation development on here. Have a tap. We successfully completed to create a best performance report, compensation related activity. Now the ticket has been going to waited for the operation manager approval. Once the operation manager has been approved, it immediately if we flow to the payroll and finance team and the supervisory bucket. That we are going to running the XYZ compensation plans in the organization. Am I clear? Everyone have a tap onto the data? The same way we need to create and best performance over the time and 100% evidence. This is how we need to create a compensation plan. Let's do an allowance plan to create an allowance plan. We need to go on to the search bar. Enter here create allowance plan. Have a tap on to the create allowance plan. Before we're going to create an allowance plan, I would like to ask you people what is mean by allowance plan and what are our plans will be included in this. My chief travel food petrol house allowance, car allowance. The other allowance is going to be added. So yes, even the uniform allowance. Uniform allowance means what is the exact uniform allowance? There are some organizations who give importance to the main appearance, including the uniform, just like the bank employees. Even some kind of corporates are having uniform. Including the VP. He has to wear the uniform and come with the respective shoes, also including the chapels. I want to mention. But this is the first time I'm hearing this uniform allowance. You can see it in the KCP Limited. KCP means everyone used to wear uniforms. KCP, it's not related to the IT sectors. No. There is an IT sector also, but it's not enlarged. It's completely cements and there are some sister concern groups also. That's why I'm saying any other new things will be there. Sir, I have a doubt. This is Shanti. These elements is only for the employees or for everyone? Contingent workers also. They will come under this benefits the elements. One thing I already said you multiple times, Shanti, you know any compensation plan which will be decided from the organization, individual call. Whether they can able to allocate to the single department or single person or entire organization. It's a completely individual and private call. If you ask me, I'm to give this allowance to all the employees in my organization. Thank you. Lata, you have it. You're saying something. Phone allowance you're talking about. Internet allowance. Internet mobile bill allowance. Even in this COVID, like a company, have provided work from home setup allowances to the employees. Work from home. Allowance like internet facilities, sir. You're talking about? Even for the work from home setup, like in my company, we have got around some of the amount from the organization to set up like desks and laptop. Desks and chairs. That will also be good. After listening all these new things, what you understand, Namrata? Every company has a different allowance process. Every company having a different allowance like they. Just she has added, what is that uniform allowance, and you has been added that work from home allowance. This all very new things to the sectors to whenever we are hearing to those people when it's going to the in-grounded. Those compensation is similar to the other compensation. When you go in depth, tell you what exactly they're going to provide it. It will similar to the other compensation. Each and every organizations, they're going to invent some new things to give the extra benefits to their employees, to attract their employees. There is no rule to any organization that they need to be in a conversation this way and that way. Am I clear? Now tell me which allowance you would like me to create it. Not. I think these are at least common, like the night shift, travel and food. Maybe we can take the night shift allowances. This is all that we are going with the common allowance plans for the regular organization. It's going to provide it to the compensation. We picked up to the night shift allowance. To create a night shift allowance, we need to go to the software. We need to enter here. And we need to select the end of the year. Reassemble enable. I'm on base plan. Reimbursable means whenever we are traveling to, any office related activities. First office is going to given two options. One, we need to spend our own money and we need to submit the bills and we need to climb. And second one is we need to our organization is going to pay you from the basic of your salary amount to your advance. Accordingly, you need to travel. I'm selected reimbursable enable and along with the amount based plans. Remember one thing, whenever you people is going to creating an allowance plan, whatever the plan was going to be creating in the system, those plan related benefits criteria details should be activated from the backend team of Workday Studio until unnecessary. If Workday Studios does not activate the night shift allowance related options, which we cannot pass the ticket from here. Understanding. Have I entered here night shift? Who will create the night shift? Namrata, go ahead with your question. No, I was asking you like there should be night. Who will do that? Who will create this night in Workday? Who will go into create? No, what is your question? No, you are like you said. Like there should be the night allowances in the workday. Then only we can raise the ticket. I understand. I understand your question. My point is, whenever we are going to create a night shift allowance, we supposed to select certain options in the expensive item. We need to go with spend category. Under the spend category, I need to select the category of night shift allowance on here. Is there anywhere? Did I find night shift allowance on here? I'm going to enter. Take it as an example that business travel. I'm just selecting and business travel. When I enter to the business travel, what is the option it was reflecting? No matter no item, no items. What I need to do, I need to take a screen and I need to go to my Outlook. I need to go to my Outlook and I need to paste in the body of the email this entire screenshot. I need to paste and I need to write an email from my Outlook. Then hiding. This is keeping you, bringing to your notice that you know I'm doing and creating a business travel allowance. When I'm entering to the business travel allowance, there is no options has been available. I request you to please be added into the business travel required access related activity names. The names is the below the list of points. You need to give the proper body of the email in the list of points, whatever the points was looking out of it. They're going to fix within 4 to 2 for us. If they're unable to do, they will raise the ticket to direct Workday. Workday is going to fix this issue in within 24 hours. This is the process. You need to do it. Now I'm going to create again my shift balance. On bracket, I'm going to enter my organization name. That would be it. Cloud Foundation. And I need to give my key points. Condition. Key points. The key points. Tell me one by one, what is the conditions of night shift? Any points having people on your mind? X-ray jet points. Is anyone would like to add any points? They just read. Nameta. Srinivas Avan. They can't take anyone along with them. Even the cab is free. I need the outsiders. What? What was your point? The employee shouldn't take anyone along with them. I mean the personal companion. Naturally, those points will not included in this. Any other points having people on your mind? Nothing, I think. Thank you. Coming to the expenses item. I'm going to create a night shift. Let me see if night shift is available or not. No, I'm going to tap onto the create. Only the Starbucks. We need to fill just for the temporary basis. We need to enter night shift allowing. Cloud Foundation Pivot Limits. Spend category, go with on spend category. Spend category, go with on spend category. Go with on spend category. Go with on spend. Have a select of others option on here. Know if the owner of the salads is going to feed and expenses item. Actual amount. Expenses item calculation. None of this above. Do not change anything. Just come to that. The option is going to be reflected. Night shift talents. Cloud Foundation private limits. Expenses. On month to date. Every month included the salary. The amount is going to be credited you. Eligible rules. We need to go with the partial list. We need to go on to the eligible rule. On live data 080 compensation. Just one will not reflect it. In this you will get only the eligible rule criteria. And how much was going to pay for the night shift? It's 8,000 rupees extra. Excluded to your salary. Currency is INR. Frequency would be it. Month. No override. Have a cap on to enable full-time employees. Eligible matrix merit. Allowance plan cap on to the place. Enter the amount. 8,000. Currency. And eligible rule. Night shift employee. Night shift allowance. Only for the evening or night shift employees in 4 related. We select. That is the option we have. But usually we need to select only the night shift allowance on here in the live data. Before I'm tapping on 2, is anyone having any questions? Sir, regarding the no override, if we continuously do the shift, I mean if we extended our shift, I mean evening shift, and again if we go back and come home for the evening shift, I mean night shift. What about the override? You tick the mark as no overrides. Can we? I'll explain you. I understand your question. What is the purpose of we enabled is no override? That is what your question. No override is the entire plan related. No overlaps in the same, whatever the data we enter. Accordingly, it's going to be reflected to all the employees we are not creating for the individual employee, we created for the entire organization. For that is the purpose we are going to select as a no override. The previous plan related to whatever the plans we created to the same related activities. Those plans is going to be in sleep mode, and the current plan, whatever we are going to create, this will go under to the active board. Clear. And we need to tap on to the, before that we need to select here compensation plan segmented under the security segment user. Compensation plan access. Before we are going to tapping onto, this ticket is not going to be in process. Why? Because the extensive item we just created has a temporary. This expensive item should approved by the backend studio team. Then only the ticket is going to be in process. Otherwise, we will get an error once we tap on to the. It will ask you to the enter information does not meet the restrictions of defines for this file. This keyword should be activated from the backend Studio team. Otherwise, we cannot able to process this ticket. MMX every. But will this part be saved, Suresh? Because until and unless we don't need the details, we don't get to know if there is that part available or not. But we already gave all the details. Will these be saved? Or next time, when we get this approval, are we going to create this complete thing again? Definitely this is not going to be saved. You need to start from the scratch again. And you know if it is a live data, it doesn't get such kind of errors. Where there was a certain cases where immediately you know the team having a lack of connectivity. You know some one team is going to give and create a compensation and backend teams doesn't have any information for that cases. We will get in gaps. Or otherwise we doesn't get such gaps in the system, and why we are getting this error in this particular part. In the sense, whatever the data we are having in the writing, data is all dummy data. Once you have in the live data, doesn't get such kind of errors from there. It will go into process automatically. In case we don't see some information and we have returned it to the consulting team, the concerned team, like you mentioned from the Outlook. 2 to 4 hours. 2 to 4 hours. You need to look whom, say ever. The person who given this task. Also, you need to look those team particular person and your team leader and along with the managers in between both the departments. Okay. Suresh. Let's call it as an email checklist. Start to it. Have a tap on to cancel and discontinue from this task from here. Thanks, Suresh. Welcome all. Thank you. Please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.